Hello and welcome to the Outside Line podcast. I'm Peter.
And I'm Emma.
And we're here to talk about all the serious and silly aspects of Formula One and other motorsports. So, Emma, here's a quiz question from the future.
Okay.
Where was the 2026 Bahrain Grand Prix held?
Aha. Malaysia.
Malaysia, yeah. So we found out today it was one of the ones that got cancelled at the start of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They've managed to jam it in
Yeah.
between Azerbaijan and Singapore.
Yep.
So another triple header at the end of the season. That's fun.
It's at like 9 races in 11 weeks, so it's gonna be very packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Yeah. Anyway, that's good that they at least got one of them back.
Yeah. Maybe the first time the Bahrain Grand Prix can be rained off. Just like a tropical storm or something.
So that'll be fun. Yeah, back to Sepang. That'll be cool.
Yes, that would be cool.
It looks there. Yeah, in other news, I wanted to mention that Dreyer and Reinbold are set to return to Indycar.
Yes.
Full-time, not just Indy 500, because they've purchased one of the charters from Rahal, Edom and Lanigan.
Yes.
So they're only going to have 2 cars next year. Means they're going to have to fire somebody.
I hope it's Graham.
You think?
Yeah.
So it sounds like it'll be what Conor Daly was going to be driving for Dreyer and Reinbold, and then I guess Foster is going to be the one to go.
Yeah.
Because I think they're sort of committed to keeping Schumacher for 2 years. Mm-hmm. But, I mean...
They could get rid of Graham.
He
might step away. You don't know.
We don't know, but I can't... I mean, given how this season has gone from...
maybe not. He might
foolish to step away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other news... Well, there was sad news in Formula E, which I guess we'll mention again later. But Cyril Blaise, was he team principal?
Team principal,
of Citroën, died suddenly, it seems. Yeah. I mean, I don't actually know that much about it, but they all seem pretty shocked and emotional.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
That's really sad. Yeah. We move on to F1 because there's quite a lot of things to cover this week. And starting with Quali. Can you believe Alonso got into Q2?
Alonso in Q2. Those upgrades have been worth it. Thank God. Adrian Newey won't lose his job.
Well, I mean...
he might step down, but he's not going to lose his job.
No, but I mean, one swallow doesn't make a summer.
No, but they have got an engine upgrade coming in the next race.
Yeah.
So, you know. It's
all
little steps.
All the pain up to this point maybe has been worth it if they can at least stop embarrassing themselves. So, yeah.
Well, they'd have to get rid of Lance Stroll for that.
Yes. Lance Stroll reached 200 Grand Prix as well.
Which is just a joke, really. It tells you how much of a fucking joke that sport is.
Yeah, my God. I mean, just to see the list of names who've lasted that long in F1.
And he's there.
Lance Stroll is in there,
Yeah. The power of nepotism.
Ridiculous. Yeah, so Q1 we saw, the usual suspects, which is Cadillac and Williams.
Yeah.
Get knocked out. Stroll got knocked out, and Behrman got knocked out.
Yeah.
Slightly, I don't know if it is much of a shock. I mean, he seems to be on the border anyway.
Well, it is a bit of a shock because he's better than Ocon.
Well, yeah.
That's the shock, is that it should have been Ocon.
Then Q2, we see Lawson, Gasly, Colapinto, Bortoleto, Ocon, and Alonso go out. Hadjar did have a little spin here.
He did.
And then there was some discussion whether Leclerc lifted or not. And as it turns out, that was like a preview for what happens in Q3. Because in Q3, Max has another little moment. And then it turned out Antonelli didn't respect the yellows good enough. So he lifted a bit but went faster, which was basically the trick that Russell did the other day. But he didn't go that slow. He didn't quite slow enough. So he did get a grid drop, even though he qualified P4, so still not
still
great
not amazing
by his and Mercedes standards this year, but another 3 places down. And then also Hamilton, he ended up coming P2, even though, well, I don't know, the Ferraris maybe were supposed to be good this weekend, but
they ended up being all right, but I mean there was one team that was clearly better.
Yeah,
and it wasn't Mercedes.
No, it was Mercedes engine, but
yes, yeah.
So the McLarens looked quite good, and Norris ended up getting pole. Hamilton was P2, but then he impeded Piastri, screwed Piastri over.
Yeah,
and because Piastri probably would have been P2,
I think he probably would have.
But so Hamilton impeded him on his cool down lap, which is a bit odd because, like, Hamilton said, he didn't know he was coming, but like he literally overtook him during his his lap. So what was he thinking? Piastri wouldn't appear behind him.
He just decided that he was going to disappear during that time.
Yeah,
but I also silly. Do they even know who? Well, they must know who they're overtaking because sometimes they mention it and they say shit like, "What the fuck is Carlos Sainz doing?" But like, I don't know. I guess if they see the helmet, but if you're on a fast lap, you probably aren't paying attention to who you're overtaking.
Yeah, but he knows there's a big orange car that's going to be coming past him at some point. So he should. Anyway,
I'm not defending Lewis because actually I think Oscar was hard done by this weekend. So and last weekend. So yeah.
So the order we have is Lando on pole, looking very fast. Then Leclerc, followed by Piastri. Then Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Antonelli, Hadjar, Lindblad, and Hulkenberg. We should have mentioned, that it was Lindblad and Hulkenberg were the two to make it into Q3 this time. So nice for Hulkenberg. To get into Q3. Okay, let us go to the race then. 70 laps of the Hungaroring.
Yes.
Where the track was very hot. There was going to be lots of degradation, meaning the undercut was going to be very powerful, but also any offset might potentially be powerful as well.
Yeah.
And Pirelli came out and said they don't know if it's a 1 or 2 stop race, which I don't know. I mean, as it turned out,
it's usually a 2 stop in Hungary. It's just that Lando made the 1 stop work last year. Yeah. Because
anyway,
who knows? But it's usually a 2 stop.
Yeah, and it seemed nobody could make the 1 stop work. It seemed anyway. So let's get to the start. We should mention that Leclerc and Hamilton both started on soft tires.
Yes.
The rest on medium. Ferrari said that they think that there's not much difference between the degradation of the soft and medium, so why not go on the soft then and be a little bit faster? But
I don't
really
agree.
Matter, it seemed.
I don't agree with that, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, maybe I do agree, considering what happened at the end. So, yeah. Sure. Yeah, Ferrari were right for once.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it didn't do them much good, but maybe it was a clever thing to do. Race starts. Piastri and Verstappen, they get good starts. They overtake Leclerc. But Norris, he doesn't lose the lead in the first corner as
he used to do.
As he used to do. This time he lost it in turn 2. Where he goes just sort of wide. And if you watch the onboard of Piastri, you can sort of see that he's like, what? And suddenly realizes there's a gap there, and it's like, oh, well, I'll just overtake then. So I don't think Piastri was expecting it, but he managed to get into the lead from that, which, as we know, is a big deal in McLaren.
Yeah.
The leading driver, because they do things so differently to all the other teams because of papaya rules.
The papaya rules are sacred.
Bullshit.
And
I mean, I don't think they do anything that different from other teams. It's just we have this whole thing of papaya rules and all this stuff.
Yeah, the papaya rules, and they're allowed to race, and whoever's in front gets choice of pit stop strategy. Basically, that's the Papaya rules.
That's going to be true in any other team that doesn't have like a clear number one. So
yeah, exactly. So they're not really doing much different. But Zach Brown likes to think he's special.
Well, also people on the internet get angry about it, as if
people on the internet get angry about everything.
Well, yeah. Yes. So what else? Oh well, we got to talk about George. So
the sabotage continues.
Yeah, we were joking about the conspiracy that and parity of equipment that Russell was getting screwed, and what happens to him here?
His engine goes into anti-stall.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, Mercedes have come out and said that like it wasn't George's fault, but I still sort of believe it might have been his fault.
Did you see all the people like making a big deal about his silly spaceman jacket?
No. What were they saying? We've seen them before.
Yeah, we've seen it before but on Reddit people are like, oh my god, look at this jacket, he looks stupid. And yeah. Tinfoil jacket to go with his tinfoil hat. Blah blah blah.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't help him keep cool. Because he just fumbled.
Well, he seemed relatively cool on the radio. He was like, what the hell just happened there? He didn't go anywhere very fast and got like, I don't know how many places he dropped almost to the back.
He was all the way at the back, yeah. He was like 21st or something. Crazy. Sergio Perez got his his normal
traditional
procedure.
starting infringement, which he was starting in the pit lane, so God knows how he managed to get that.
It was something to do with being over the safety car line, because I think probably George wasn't past, or someone like near the back wasn't past the safety car line, and he passed it.
Was it that? I thought he maybe entered the pits before, or like crossed some line before somebody else at the back of the grid.
No, it was on.
It was after, wasn't it?
It was after.
Anyway,
coming out, yeah.
Yeah. So even starting in the pit lane, he still can't get it right.
That picture of Valtteri with the beer traditions.
Then, well, should also mention Lawson managed to get himself ahead of Lindblad and Hulkenberg.
Yes.
So nice for him to be the leading racing bull.
Mm-hmm.
Then where are we? Well, then Hamilton is making a push, but he can't pass Verstappen despite Verstappen going so slow.
He's so slow, he says.
Yeah.
Very rude. Very rude, Lewis. Considering that you couldn't beat him.
Okay.
But he was going so slow.
Yeah, well, to be fair, what we see later does sort of confirm that basically you can't overtake.
Well, yeah, it's Hungary. You can't overtake.
You can go as slow as you want and nobody can get past. Yeah. So Hamilton does get past, but via an undercut. So he pits one lap ahead of Verstappen and gets the undercut.
And no one tells Max that you can't overtake a Hungary, and he does anyway.
Well, it was a very old school move. I wondered if Hamilton would be getting some like PTSD of a very late lunge by Verstappen.
Big Max move.
Yeah, but luckily Hamilton. Well, Max gets it right, I guess. But real old school. So Hamilton gets stuck behind him again. Then so I think at this point Antonelli, he looks like he's going to go for the one stop because he tries to go quite long.
Yeah.
Because all the other people pit, except Russell also tries to go a bit long, but that's usual if you're kind of far back. But then he screws up his pit stop, which was his fault, I think. So, the thing is with him, it's like basically it's easy for him to get ahead of everybody else, but once he reaches the racing bulls, maybe that's when he can't go any further, and that's sort of what happened. So it doesn't really matter that he added a second or two to his pit stop. So we should talk about Lando at this stage.
Yes.
So Lando's on the radio complaining that he's much, much faster, and he wants Well, I'm not sure what he wants at this. Yeah, he's asking whether he can pit. He says, "Look, I'm going to pit this lap," and then
they're like, "No, you know the rules, Lando."
Exactly. You can't.
You can't pit. It's Oscar's turn to pit.
It's Oscar's ahead. You can't undercut him. That would be
what happened last year.
Well, at least last year there was some sort of logic. I've seen a lot of people on the internet discuss this, so I've gone and looked at the data, as is my wont. And so what happens is Hamilton pits.
Mm-hmm.
He's immediately like a second, or actually 2 seconds a lap faster than Piastri.
Ooh.
So, these new tires make a huge difference. So basically, to cover off Hamilton, they got to pit Piastri.
Yeah.
Now, maybe they could have left it a little bit longer because Hamilton would have eventually caught some traffic, and then maybe, it slows them a little bit. But anyway, they decide they got to pit. They pit Oscar first. Lando then is in clean air, and without Oscar ahead of him, he is immediately 1 second faster.
Much faster, yeah.
Than Piastri was going.
Mm-hmm.
But crucially, Oscar on the new tires is still faster than Lando. So the idea that Lando is somehow faster than him on old tires, which I've seen written online, is nonsense. It's very impressive. It's great, Lando showing he's got all the speed, but he's not, he does not build up a gap ahead of Oscar. In fact, Oscar builds up about a 7-second gap, basically, by the time he meets up. If Lando were to pit, he would come out 7 seconds behind.
Yeah.
But then, Oscar, he meets some back markers.
He encounters Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, well, I have seen some people suggest that it's actually Alonso's fault in the end, or indirectly.
I think it's both of their faults for behaving like they were battling for the championship when actually it was P18.
Yeah. So those two are having a big battle beforehand. There's various pictures of Sainz getting blue flags. But, well, as we'll discuss in just a minute, it's not really clear what the hell's going on with those blue flags. But the upshot is they don't let Oscar past, and in fact, basically, there's a coming together of Oscar and Sainz, which loses Oscar all that time, which then lets Lando pit and come out like a second ahead of Oscar. So, there's no doubt in my mind that without Sainz doing that, Oscar would have been easily 10 seconds ahead of Lando by the time Lando... Now, what happens after that, it would have been really interesting, because I think what would have happened is possibly Lando drops behind even Hamilton, maybe even others as well, depending on how long he stays out. But he's super fast pace, because on those new tires, he is much, much faster than Piastri as well. So he's obviously got a lot of pace.
Yes.
And he would have had 10 lap offset in tires, which would have been a huge difference. So I think he probably would have won anyway, actually.
Yeah.
But you can't tell. It is very difficult to pass. But I think with the offset and his pace, he would have been fast enough to get some overtaking done. But we won't know because,
we'll never know because it never happened.
What Sainz did.
I want to point out the most important thing that happened during that sequence of events.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Oscar getting mad. Oscar showed emotion.
Yeah.
He was furious. I've never heard Oscar furious. Not like that. I've heard him quietly seething.
Yeah.
But not straight up, what's this fucking idiot doing?
Yeah, that's true.
And then he's back to the engineer don't even fucking speak to me.
Yeah.
That's very not Oscar-like.
Yeah, that's true. Normally he's more sarcastic and
dry and sarcastic about it. But this was a genuine anger.
Yeah, well, it's cost him the win. Probably,
potentially.
With the overtaking so difficult, there's no guarantee Lando would have overtaken even with the offset and his pace. But he should be angry. Anyway, Sainz gets a 5-second penalty for this.
Bizarre.
I think it's pathetic.
Absolutely pathetic.
Like,
yeah,
okay, we have heard that there were problems with the blue flag system.
I don't think
Like
that's
it was,
true.
well, apparently, like even in the cool down room, like Antonelli and Lando were saying that they got blue flags. It's like what? So something was gone wrong somewhere. So,
Yeah, but
and
even
also,
then, their engineers are telling them
yeah.
that,
Well, the engineer does tell,
and also
Sainz,
the
yeah.
actual physical blue flag exists.
Well, yeah. Well, I wasn't totally clear because, like, apparently the system is all set up to do it automatically. That it's not the marshals who do the blue flags usually. They only do that during qualifying or something. So I don't know. I've read a lot of sort of misinformation. Like, so apparently the drivers, they get like a pre-blue flag warning, then they get a specific blue flag that has their number in it. Apparently, but all that doesn't seem to be working or something. So yeah. Anyway, another fuck up from in $1 billion sport.
Yeah.
Well,
that and the tarmac was coming up as well.
Yeah.
Again.
So yeah, not good. Anyway, Lando, he's in the lead now, and then he's much faster. So he does build up a big lead. Verstappen pits for softs, which I think what you were talking about earlier, right?
Yes.
That basically Max is like, is there any evidence that this was a good idea?
This is going to work, yeah.
And they're like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's fine. He's like, are you sure? Because they feel like shit. Yeah, and I was baffled because it was softs for 28 laps, and I was thinking, that can't be right. And then Crofty was baffled, and Brundle was baffled, and it was just like, yeah. But you know what? Worked.
Yeah.
No tyre deg.
Yeah.
If you say no, the tyres don't deg.
It worked really well, but part of that is Ferrari.
Yes.
So, what happens? So Antonelli, he actually asks if he can do the one stop. So even though he pitted quite early, like on lap 20 or something, he did so well with his tires. He was like, like this pace is fine. Like I think I can get them to the end. And then they say, no, you can't. They like, I guess they have data that says that that they're just going to fall off a cliff and maybe it's dangerous or something. So he does pit. But yeah, I was wondering if he was going to go to the end. It would have been interesting. But we get a VSC because poor Piastri.
Oscar again.
After being screwed over by Sainz, now his gearbox stops working.
Gives up, yeah.
And he has to pull over and retire. Yeah, it's funny to see the retirements are two Cadillacs, as per usual, and Oscar.
Poor Oscar.
Yeah, so we do get this VSE while they get him off the track. Lando pits, but he's built up a huge lead, so that's fine. But then both the Ferraris pit.
Bizarre.
Are told to pit. A bit bizarre.
A little bit weird.
Yeah, well, as it turns out, stupid idea because Max and Kimi, they don't pit, so they get track position, and like even with new soft tires, like Antonelli's tires aren't that old, and it's just not enough. So
and also Lewis speeds in the pit lane.
Yeah, well, Lewis, he doesn't help. So he speeds a tiny bit. He apparently presses the button just slightly
Doesn't
too
matter.
early.
Doesn't matter. Speed in the pit lane. Speed in the pit lane. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So he is given a 5-second penalty. But even with that, he can't. I mean, even he can't get ahead of Antonelli to like try to build up a 5-second gap or anything like that. So yeah, still the wrong decision. Even if he didn't have this penalty.
Mm-hmm.
So Max promoted to P2, and that's where he stays. Antonelli P3, but it's Lando who wins it comfortably. The fifth different driver to win the season.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Well, that gives me a little bit of hope for the second half of the season. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, well, especially since, I mean, Mercedes did not look on it today. So, yeah, I don't know if it might just be the sequence in which upgrades are coming, or maybe just the track just doesn't suit them. But yeah, it is promising. So maybe McLaren are back in the fight. That would be
maybe
interesting.
I hope I don't have to watch Oscar win again as Zandvoort, though.
Oh no,
that was depressing last year. So
yeah, that's the next race, right? So...
It'll be George. Knowing my luck, it'll be George.
Oh,
it'll be George's
yes,
comeback after summer break, and I'll hate every second.
Yeah, he'll
I'll
be all
boo him. I'm going to boo him.
Yeah, we should finish off top 10. So Leclerc is P4 because Hamilton has the penalty, which demotes him to P5. Then you've got Hadjar, and then Russell made his way up to P7. Then Lawson, Hulkenberg, Lindblad all like were in a big fight together.
Yeah.
Like, all really, really close to each other for the last couple of laps, which they didn't really show on TV.
No, they don't care to show us.
Yeah.
Even though the racing bulls are always in a fight with each other, because you just get a thing that's like Lindblad Lawson forcing another driver off the track, like investigation. It's just like, these guys again. No, we never get to see it.
Yeah, anyway, good win for Lando. Piastri really unlucky. I wish we would have seen what would have happened, because I think McLaren would have let them fight at the end. Once they were pretty much guaranteed of the 1-2 and there was no danger of Hamilton or anybody else catching them, I think they would have let them fight.
Yeah. But his gearbox might have
been good.
Gone anyway, because they said it was to do with the curbs, didn't they?
Yeah, no, that's just real unlucky. I mean, that's just...
Yeah,
I mean,
but that, like I say, that could have happened regardless of if he got up and was fighting with Lando.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, if Sainz and Alonso had let him past, and yeah, maybe this gearbox thing is just a random thing, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they told Lando to stay off the curbs, but they didn't really, they don't know what happened, so it could have just been random chance, basically. But yeah, without those two things, it would have been an interesting end to the race, I think. Yeah, the second for Verstappen, that's pretty good, given how terrible his car looked this weekend.
He spent the entire time complaining about the car, and then still came second.
Yeah, and like, not just complaining, but saying it's getting worse week on week. So
the car's degrading and stuff. Like,
that's a bad sign.
This is the worst car he's ever
Bull.
driven, and this is awful. And like, during the race, complaining about it, and like, these tires are shit and they don't work. And then stays on the soft tires for 28 laps, still comes second. Good.
Yeah, I saw Mecky's was like, if this is Max with a shit car, imagine if we actually get a good car.
Imagine if you had a good car, it would be exactly like 2023 again.
But yeah, I wonder, I mean, it can't be helping his chances of staying at Red Bull.
No.
So I wonder, you think we'll get an announcement during the summer break?
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows, anyway. What else to say? Well, first points for Hulkenberg. We got to acknowledge that. That's good. Ferrari, just sort of meh, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, no longer, like, McLaren seem to have jumped them as the kind of challengers to Mercedes, it seems.
Yeah.
But maybe that'll change. But yeah, more penalties for Hamilton. They just, I mean, I like the way he's like, oh, can these guys like give me a break or something? It's like, well,
stop speeding in the pit lane and maybe they will. Don't impede people. Like, come on, Lewis.
It's not like a subjective decision. Like,
you do the crime, you do the time.
Yeah, but he's just like, oh, these stewards, can't they let me like always on my case? Yeah. So yeah, I guess it didn't really matter in the end for Ferrari. They would have come 4th, 5th anyway. But,
yeah.
Well, if they hadn't have pitted under the VSC, maybe they would have got P2. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, not great for Ferrari. And then lastly, Antonelli, good weekend for him, even though like he didn't qualify that well, and he had the penalty for the yellow flag infringement in qualifying. So yeah, with how Russell's race went, it turned out to be quite a good weekend for him, and yeah, even if he hadn't got back on the podium, it would have been good. So, yeah, he's now 50 points ahead of Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship.
Did you see someone was asking Lando if he can pull it back? In
the
challenge.
Yeah.
He was like, how many points behind him? Like 90 something? He was like, yeah, maybe. Don't really care, problem. Is what he said.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess we gotta... I mean, I still keep expecting Russell to just rein him in and win, but...
No.
Like every weekend I'm thinking, maybe it's not gonna happen, yeah.
It guaranteed will happen next race because I'm there. And it'll happen, because Oscar won last time I was there, and I was hating on him. So it's only inevitable that George will win in Zandvoort.
Yeah, I think so. I might
put a little bet on it.
Yeah. Great. That's F1 for the summer break.
Yep.
Will we do Formula 2 next, I guess, stay in Hungary?
Yeah, stay in Hungary for a bit.
Yeah, just to remind you, it's a three-way fight at the top. Soloff, Mini, Camera. Dunn is sort of next, like best of the rest, is sort of in limbo in between them, but maybe with a good weekend could come into the mix. But yeah,
I understand that you have to keep telling yourself these things, but sometimes it's, it doesn't happen. I mean, eventually it does happen. We'll get to it, but
Yeah, so Dunn, well, as it turned out, his suspension was broken, and so he only qualified P17. So he looked like first couple of laps, banker laps, he was up there in like the top 5. But then suddenly he's like really, really slow, and it turned out he had broken suspension.
Oh.
And of all people, it was Kush Maini got pole.
Yeah. Crazy.
Bit of a surprise, but I mean, he does have a lot of experience in F2, so...
He has a lot of experience, yeah, you're right.
At some point, it's going to work.
Too much experience, some would say.
Camera, P2, then Leon, P3. Leon, after his awful weekend last week. Yeah, good for him to get
making his comeback,
the second row. Then Dirksen and Intra-Puvasak, and then Van Hopen. And then your bottom 4 in reverse order, so this is the order they start the sprint, is Montoya, Mini, Beganovic, and Soloff.
Yeah.
So in the sprint race, Montoya gets away okay.
I just want to say that I missed the start of the sprint race because something more important was happening at the same time.
Yes.
So I did miss the start.
I just made it because I'm not quite as invested in the other thing, which will cover later. Yeah, I mean, so nothing really, you didn't really miss anything at the start. Mini does eventually pass Montoya on lap 8. His weird engineer comes on the radio and goes, "Good boy, good boy."
Oh, I'm invested. I'm invested in the relationship between Mini and his weird engineer.
So hard. I know. I mean, that's what you say to a dog, but like maybe in other languages.
I think it works for racing drivers.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Because it works on Charles. Charles is very much a praise boy. Like I do think calling him a good boy does work. That's my theory, anyway.
Yeah. Montoya there, like he's still in P2, but lap 21, unfortunately, Soloff decides to go for an optimistic move. Very late move up the inside and crashes into Montoya and knocks him out. Very unlucky for him. We do get a VSC. Should we mention that Chris talking nonsense during this VSC?
Chris is always talking fucking nonsense.
Well, so like a bunch of people pit, and Chris is like, "That's illegal. You're not allowed to pit. Well, they're going to get penalties." It's like, and like nobody points out to him that you're allowed to pit under the VC. It just doesn't count as a mandatory pit stop in the feature race. So like he's wrong for like so many reasons. So yeah, really stupid.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. There was it wasn't him, it was Pierce was there as well, wasn't it? So like the two fucking idiots, basically. But Pierce really annoyed me as well because it was pit stop. I don't know. This must have been the feature race, and he got everything wrong. So Kamara came in to pit, and he was like, "Oh, the Campos, no, Invicta, put the soft tire, no, take the soft tires off." And I was like, "Fucking, just say what you see. Don't make shit up. Like, just say it. It can't be that hard."
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at a bright yellow car and going, Campos. No.
Anyway, not much else happens in the sprint, and it finishes. Mini wins it, then Beganovic, then Van Herpen. Camera gets up to P4, then Maini, Introbuvasak, Dirksen, and Stensoner score points. Soloff, basically, he got a penalty for that move, and I think the rule is that even if you finish the race, if you're outside the top 10, that penalty gets converted into a grid drop for the next race.
That feels rude.
Yeah, something must have happened in the past for them to have that rule. Yeah. That someone must have done something so crazy that they're like, you can't get away with this. This has got to carry over into the next race. But yeah, really, I mean, that makes it a really, really stupid move from Zoloff. Then, like, not only ruins this race, scoring some points in this race, because it also gives points to your opposition, like Camara. I mean, Mini's going to win it anyway, but Camara, would have been 2 places behind you if you just left it alone. But no, you've got and then you get a 5-place drop in the feature race. I mean, that really screws massive, you there. Yeah. So really, I mean, to be honest, it's a little like the sprint races in F1, where like the safest thing is just like
the
safest moves is not to play.
Yeah. But because it's F2, they're all mental and they have to be like on 100% all the time because they're trying to impress people. Yeah. So, but I don't know. I mean, he impresses me, but I've written like my favorite rat bastard because that's what he is, and I love him for it. But I don't think that's going to impress a lot of people.
No, I mean it's always that is the thing with F2 is like you can play it safe and maybe that impresses some people, or you can try to do some standout moves. Well, Fonouli might be getting a seat next year.
Well, so. I know that's because he's gone into F1 and impressed them in there.
Yeah, but I mean, he got the opportunity to do the testing of previous cars. So like some people might not even get that chance, and So you either play it safe, or you try to sort of do some spectacular moves. And
you can't be mid.
The thing is, Soloff is already Red Bull Academy, so he's already got a better chance of making it than anybody else. So, although maybe they're looking for someone who can make crazy moves, like a like for like replacement for Liam Lawson. So anyway, let's move on to the feature race.
Mm-hmm.
There's some tire strategy here because they have a mandatory pit stop. Some people start on the harder medium tire, which is Intropuvasak, Beganovic, Soloff, Bennett, Dunn are the ones basically to watch on this strategy, and everybody else starts on the softer tire, which they think will only last like 10 laps, but they might be, well, as it turns out, they're basically forced to run it for half the race because you would be slower if you pit into the traffic of the medium tire runners. Yeah. So basically they're forced to keep it on, even though it does look like it's gone off by lap 8, basically. But then so the race starts.
We have a dams in distress.
We do, because poor Belinsky.
Yeah.
I feel like every week we see a dam's been wheeled off somewhere. Either him or Beganovic.
They just get mecha-chromed a lot, I think.
It might be. It wasn't clear what happened here, but anyway. He does get out there, I think, eventually, or maybe he doesn't. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't pay attention, I'll be honest.
Yeah, well, sometimes they cut off the bottom two, like in the timing tower. You don't even get to see who's in last. So, Anyway, at the front, Maini keeps the lead. Leon does pass Camara for P2, pretty good. Van Hopen passes in for Puvasak for P4, but he's on the harder tyre, so that's not a big surprise. Solov, unfortunately, his weekend gets worse because he gets squeezed off the track by Stensoner, possibly legally, or anyway, there's no penalty. Then he rejoins.
Does the most insane rejoin since Rafael Ferreira in F1 Academy that one time. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was mad.
It was shades of that. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, so he rejoined. It sort of forces them to go like 3 wide in the next corner, and Bennett has got nowhere to go and basically takes out Stenson. So it was adjudged to be a racing incident, despite like a pretty crazy rejoin. But then again, how else is he going to rejoin? I guess is what you would say, maybe.
Well, you wait. That's what they want you to do. So wait for people to go past. You don't just come straight back on and into people's path. But
I guess so. Yeah, there's a funny moment where like Solov continues on, and at one point he has to overtake Montoya, and you're like, oh, here we go again. But Montoya, I think, gives him quite a wide berth, so there's no problem.
He's learned.
Yeah, as I said, like the soft tyre runners, they want to pit, but they're not able to pit. Apart from one person does pit, which is Leon. And then, after his terrible luck last week, incredible luck this week, when Villagomez stops on the track and we get a VSC.
Yes.
And so, his pit stop costs him a whole lot less than it otherwise would have.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the race restarts, and then Camara and Maini pit, they come out behind Leon, and so he's basically got the lead of the race by this bit of luck.
Mm-hmm.
In fairness, he does stay in the lead, so he has got the pace. But I don't think he would have got into the lead without that bit of luck. But,
no.
Yeah. Although I did say he's in the lead, but he's actually not in the lead because Dunn stays out. He's on the medium tyre. He stays out really, really long, hoping for a safety car that would get him into the. Well, he probably would have got at one point. If there'd been a safety car, he would have been into the podium places. But then every lap he goes longer on those old tyres is just making it worse and worse for him.
Yeah,
he does pit with 5 laps to go. Comes out in P11. And is fighting Bennett for P10, but even though we don't actually see it, but I'm watching the interval times, and it keeps going down to 0, like 0.0. They're like, all right, something's going on there, but we don't get to see it.
We won't get to see.
But in the end, Bennett holds on. So I think they made a mistake there. Like if they pit him earlier, it would have given him more time, and he would have got it. Like he would have scored points, but I guess their thinking is that unless he scores decent points, it's not really any help to him.
Well, so but a point's a point. Well, you can't say things like that when the championship was won last year in 2 points.
Yeah,
you can't have that mentality.
Maybe anyway. We don't know why they stayed out so long, but anyway, yeah. Those people who did pit, the ones who went on to the soft tyre at the end, so like Puvasak, Bogdanovic, Solov, they don't actually make up really any places.
No.
They passed Dirksen, but that's it. So
and that's not really strategy. A thing. Like, Dirksen's kind of shit this year, so.
Poor Dirksen. Yeah.
Not poor Dirksen.
I thought he was going to be much better, but anyway.
Overshadowed by Camara.
So Leon, he did have a bit of a lead. Eventually, Maini and Camara catch him, but they can't overtake, and he wins it.
Yeah.
He has won 2 sprint races this year, but this was his first feature win.
Good.
So first real win. He's do you know where he's from, Leon?
He's Mexican, Leon? Isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he from Monterrey?
He's from Monterrey.
Monterrey. That's the only place people are from.
He is friends with Pato, apparently.
Of course, everyone's friends with Pato. I believe it.
Yeah, he's quite emotional in the little interview afterwards.
Aww.
It means a big deal. Then Maini second, Kamara third. Then we've got Van Herpen, Intra-Puvasak, Beganovic, Soloff, Dirksen, Mini, and Bennett.
Colton got a 10-second penalty, but I can't remember what for. Some bullshit.
It was with Dunn. He overtook Dunn off the track or something, and got a 10-second penalty.
Great.
They didn't show that either. But,
undeserved. Probably didn't do it.
Really, really not going well for Colton. Really.
No.
I think at the start of the year I predicted he'd be like fighting for the championship.
No.
Maybe okay. No. It is high tech, but I thought maybe.
I think the step from IndyCar to F2 is actually a step up.
Do you?
Yes. Well, yeah, because look at Hauger going from F2 to Indy Next and destroying them, and Niels Coughlan actually being good in Indy Next. That's my greatest evidence for why Indy Next and IndyCar is probably not as good.
Well, also Enzo Fittipaldi doing well this year. So
exactly.
And even Correa doing well. I would say my feeling is Indy Next, the level there is very low. And so, someone who comes last in F2 could go in there and fight for a championship. I think in IndyCar itself, the level is higher. I mean, it is better than F2. It's pretty high at the front. Like I think I would rate below and Lucas and even Jonu.
Yeah. I think they could swap. Well, no, because Colton was pretty. Yeah,
well, Colton was fighting with them. I just think that the jump. I actually, this is sort of mad. I think the jump from IndyCar to F2 is harder than the jump from IndyCar to F1. Like, I think F2 is just so
potentially.
So
the problem is that this F2 grid is not incredible.
I think those four at the top are really good.
Yeah, but then everyone else is mid.
Yeah.
If not total shit.
Yeah.
So for Colton to come in and not even be beaten, like...
I think that car is just so shit. Like, Mayada...
he's not very good. He's never been very good.
He did so well in Super Formula, and like we've seen F1 drivers go into Super Formula before being promoted to F1.
Yeah.
And like the level is not that bad. So I think Mayada is actually... I just think that car is terrible, and I think once you're used to the tyres in IndyCar, it's really impossible to adjust to the Pirelli tyres.
Yeah. I think I'm hoping that Cadillac give him another year in F2.
That would be interesting. See if they can get him a seat at a better team. Come on, get him out of there.
Get him
even
in
into
a bed.
Rodin.
Yeah, Rodin.
Or Campos.
I mean, he would
try to get him in. I mean, they must have tried to get him in Invicta, but that's not their style, it seems. But
yeah, I just want to see him do well.
There was some speculation on who their lineup next year will be. It's pretty early to be speculating, but it was interesting to think. So I think almost certainly Slater.
Yeah,
he's moved into the lead of the F3 championship this weekend. And back to back Trek and F3. Invicta are going to want him, I think.
Yeah.
That they'd like to take, and he's Trident, right? So that's the
that's there.
Trident to Invicta pipeline has worked pretty well. So I think that will happen, and then they like to take someone semi-experienced. But I wonder who they would take. I think it would be Leon. I think.
Yeah.
Like someone who's got a few podiums and maybe even some wins. And, well, I don't know what is... I guess he is good Mexican sponsorship, like they all do, it seems.
Yeah, I would take Inthra-Pufazak.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, he is doing much better than...
Yeah.
Like, he's a rookie as well, isn't he? So...
No, he was a rookie last year. This is his second year. You don't remember? He was, like, in the Trident and he was upside down. Like, he was proper shit last year. You remember?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay. He was in the Trident and he was proper shit last year.
Okay.
So the fact that he's actually doing good this year, I would potentially be looking at him.
No,
Because
okay,
Dirksen did 2 years.
He was in one
AIX.
race. He was in one race last year.
Is that the one that he was upside down in?
I think so.
Oh, poor guy.
No, it was around 14. So
it was Spa. He was upside down in Spa. Can't tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about.
That might have been this year.
It wasn't this year because he was in a Trident.
That was last week. Oh, okay. Fuck it. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
What year is it?
Go back and listen to the fucking podcast.
Let us go to Formula E.
Formula E.
Tokyo.
Yes. A night race in Tokyo.
Yeah.
How exciting.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we saw a few new liveries.
Yes.
So the Andretti livery, it looked pretty crap, I think, in daylight.
Yeah.
But in the night, it looked quite nice. It was sort of bluey, grey, shiny. It looked okay.
Yeah.
The Nissan had a special livery, and it was terrible, I think.
The grey one.
Yeah, awful.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Cupra Kiro had some like pink splotches
bits
on the side of that
Yeah.
Just looked like that Flovis paint. It's sort of like
it did help me see them more. It did help me see them more. So
yeah. It was very good to distinguish it from like the Penske's, which are also a little bit goldeny coloured. So yeah. And yeah, to remind you of the championship here, going into the weekend, Verline was like 10 points ahead of Evans, who is like 20 points ahead of Roland, DaCosta, Dennis, and they are 10 points ahead of Montara. So yeah, I guess it's really Verline versus Evans, but maybe one of those other ones could get into the question.
Well, we've only got, after this weekend, there was only 2 rounds left. So it's unless Pascal and Mitch have very, very bad weekends from now on, it's probably going to be one of those 2.
Yep. So let's get into it.
Yes.
It was Dennis versus Montara in the final of Quali 1. Dennis got the pole. But we should note that both Verline and Evans didn't even get into the duels.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Already a bad start.
Not what they wanted. Yeah. Okay, race 1.
Yes. The important
36, 36 laps, pit boost, 1 attack mode.
Yeah.
In my notes, I wrote mostly clean start, but then I have all these caveats, which is Buemi hit De Vries, got a 5-second penalty. DaCosta caused some damage to Muller, didn't get any penalty. Nato crashed into the back of Verline, got a 5-second penalty. So by FE standards, I guess it's clean.
Yes, by FE standards, a pretty clean start.
Now, in the commentary booth, they reported hearing thunder, and we were told rain was coming, which meant...
I wish they wouldn't say things like that. Because it always turns out to be a lie. Yeah.
It did explain why. So some teams, like, it meant that, like, because the attack mode is so powerful in slightly wet conditions,
that
they're all going to wait to take the attack mode when the rain comes.
Yeah.
Oh, we should also mention a bit further down, Verline is there, and he's fighting DaCosta, his old friend.
Ah, the rivalry lives on.
DaCosta, I'd say, is not so fair with Verline, but then Verline, I think, purposely puts him into the wall, basically.
It was very funny.
I think Verline knew exactly what he was doing there, and I think he was angry that DaCosta hadn't left him enough room in a previous corner, and so did that to him.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Fuck you, DaCosta.
So Verline ends up getting 10-second penalty for this, so not good. Race 1 for him.
Pretty bad.
So sort of the middle of the race, a few people do take the pit boost stop, including Dan Ticktum, who immediately goes into attack mode.
Yes.
So he gets into the lead and then builds up like a little bit of a gap. And that's a really stupid thing to do, isn't it? Because if the rain comes, you don't have your attack mode. You're done for.
Yep.
But let's see what happens. So basically, the rain doesn't come.
Nope, there's no rain until after the race.
Dennis does overtake Tictum while in attack mode. He's like 10 seconds of attack mode left or something.
Yeah.
When he gets the overtake done on Tictum. And then Dan Tictum swears a blood oath to not overtake Dennis no matter what happens.
That's not what he says.
What does he say?
He says that he's not going to fight him. He says, pass the message on to Jake that I'm not going to fight him because Nick Cassidy is coming up at a rate of knots. So if they start fighting each other, Nick Cassidy is going to catch them up and overtake them both. So Dan has accepted at this point that he will be P2. He is fine with that. That is okay. Jake Dennis is going to win.
So what happens on the last lap, in almost the last corner, Jake Dennis gets a power cut.
Yep.
Tictum breaks his oath.
Dan takes advantage. It's not an oath breaker. He capitalizes on what happens, overtakes him. It looks lovely, but it was fine. And he wins. Yeah.
And Cassidy had caught up to the back to him, so
yeah.
In fairness, if Tictum hadn't overtaken him, then Cassidy would have overtaken him.
Yes.
And,
yes.
I am with you that, like, as soon as Cassidy catches up, then any kind of partnership is over. So
yeah.
But it's funny to see on the internet, some people are like, "How dare Dan do this? The liar! Why did he?"
Yeah, that right. Funny. The Dan hate is forced this weekend. That's all I'm saying. It's forced. You can't be mad at him for that.
No. It is, as Dan said himself, it's reaching for straws. Clutching for straws, that's the expression, isn't it? Yeah. So Tictum wins it, Dennis second, then Cassidy third.
Yeah. Pretty
emotional for Cassidy when Hanna-Barbera interviews him.
Georgia.
It's so strange. When I hear her voice, I'm like, what is happening? This is Indy? Yeah. So he's driving for Citroen. They lost Cyril. So pretty emotional.
Yeah, I was crying.
That was.
Yeah, that and also because Dan on the podium.
Because Dan won the race.
Yeah, I was shaking. I was like genuinely shaking. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, it's actually happened. Oh, finally happened again.
Fourth place was Evans. Yeah. So that's an amazing recovery for him, considering how bad Verlaine's race was.
Yeah.
Then we've got Mortara, P5, then Vern, then Roland, Marty, DaCosta, and Barnard.
Yeah.
But yeah, big win for Dan, you know.
Yes. Did you see all the people congratulating all the people who were like, yes, get in there, Dan. We love you. You're the best. All the drivers. Because all I'm saying is the person who won on race 2 probably wouldn't get that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to race 2.
Yes.
We'll skip the quali, but just to say it was wet. Mortara beat DaCosta in the final.
Yes.
But should mention Dennis, who'd done so well yesterday, knocked out.
Yeah.
Not even in the duels, and Verlaine not even in the duels. So
yeah. Bad weekend. Bad weekend for Pascal.
Race. The race itself is again it's wet those. And apparently more rain coming,
but it's not. It's again a lie. It's one of those. It's been wet and it's going to dry. So if you have done your tyre pressures like that, then you are going to win.
I am, like, jumping ahead, I'm a little bit sick of this wet and dry pressure thing. I mean,
me too.
I don't know what to think about it, whether it's like legitimate strategy.
I don't think it's strategy. I just think it's just random luck. You're just gambling.
Well, it is.
And you can't, like, there isn't a way to change it, is there? You can change the tyres, but then that's a pit stop.
Next year they're going to have dedicated wet tyres.
Yeah.
So I think they're not going to have all-weather tyres anymore.
Yeah, but then you'd have to, like... But when it's drying, you'd have to have a pit stop then.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah, so it has a little bit more strategy, but I'm sick of it, but only because Cupra Kiro never get it right. So I just have to watch as Dan struggles, and it makes me sad.
Well, imagine you're Mitch Evans in this race. So, what to say? Well, they do the first lap onto the safety car, but decide it's dry enough to have a standing start. I mean, there's a lot of spray everywhere, but still pretty clean start.
Mm-hmm.
Ticktum makes his way up to P3, in fact, so he's looking good. Nato is looking slow. He's holding people up, and turns out he's on the dry pressure tires that don't work so well. We find that out. This week's moment of AI stupidity.
Oh God,
Gemini. I was reading them this time just to see, and they were fairly. Like they were real
safe,
like nothing statements, like sort of Will Buxton type in Drive to Survive, like to make up a place you have to pass somebody. This kind of nonsense. But it said something like I can't remember exactly the drivers, but it was something like Dennis has been relentlessly catching Barnard and will overtake next lap. One, he was stuck behind him for the last couple of laps, so it wasn't relentless. And two, Barnard overtakes somebody else after, so like just wrong as well. So just nonsense it comes out with.
They just need to stop using it. I feel like it'll be gone next season. It has to be gone next season.
I think we'll get it even worse next season. I think
they replace the commentators with it.
That's what I was going to say. Is that the reason it says such stupid things is because I think they've trained it on the commentator.
They trained it on Chris McCarthy specifically.
Possibly, yeah.
Poor guy, catch his stress. It's not even his series.
Anyway, what have we got going on? So lap 10, I've written so far so normal.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we've got the usual, some people taking attack mode, getting up to the lead, but then people start dropping back for unexplained reasons, and it just gets worse and worse because, like something's going on, and it's wet versus dry pressure of the tyres.
They're fucking bullshit again.
Yeah. Oh, well, should also there's a full course yellow during this time because Buemi puts Marty in the wall. But again,
poor Pepe.
Poor Pepe, just Marty. Buemi just gets it wrong, just goes in too fast and then can't stop and basically goes straight on, which means Marty has to go straight on and it's straight into a wall. It's Dennis, Roland, De Vries, and John-Eric Verne who are the ones who are flying now on these as the track dries. Evans, who was up at the front, is now down in P18. So really, really bad.
Dan's down there too.
Yeah, Dan's not too far off. And then, well, we're seeing a fight between, well, those four drivers I mentioned, but we get a red flag because Ericsson
parks the car and everyone else has to park with him.
Well, yeah, so he tries to overtake Montara, and Montara just spins him into the wall and then blocks the track. Because DaCosta goes into the back of Montara, then one of the Lolas goes into the back of him, and the whole track's blocked, and they're basically forced to throw the red flag when that happens, when the track gets blocked. Montara ends up getting 10-second penalty, which gets converted to a 5-place grid penalty next race, so not good for his chances in the championship. No. Funny, during the red flag, Jev, he doesn't go into the pits, and he just goes and sits on the starting line. Which, he ends up getting a reprimand, which means I think he gets penalty points on his license, but he doesn't get any time penalty for this race.
I'm sorry.
But
I feel like that's kind of very dangerous, and he probably should have got a penalty for it rather than a reprimand, because remember that Dan got a grid place penalty for saying that the stewards shit themselves, which I think is less egregious than man sits on the start line during a red flag.
Well, I mean,
what the fuck?
I think that's probably what you're supposed to do. Like,
No, you have to go on the pits. That's the rule.
Yeah, but if you don't go in the pits, you should probably you should stop there unless the crash is the crash is just after the pit entry, in which case like it is really really dangerous to go, like. But you should stop before the incident basically, and the start line is good a place as any. And probably doesn't mess up the systems that you've gone and done another lap or something, but
maybe.
Yeah, but no, I thought he would. Normally, those kind of procedural things, you do get penalties for that. Yeah. So yeah, a bit lucky. Race does restart with 1 lap to go. It's a rolling start. Everyone has lots of energy because like they've done that lap under the safety car, so energy doesn't really come into it here. And yeah, it turns out it's De Vries who gets the win. Then Cassidy, then Dennis is the podium.
I think it's very funny that Dan's win was probably like unpopular with the internet crowd, but very popular in the paddock. And then this, like, people will probably be like, "Oh, Nick De Vries won. That's all right." And then everyone hates him, so it was probably not a popular win in the paddock.
The rest of the top 10, just to go through: Roland, Verne, Nato, Muller, Barnard, Gunter, and Maloney scored some points in Luna. Yeah, but it's mad to me that De Vries has more wins this year, 2 wins in fact, than Matara.
Yeah.
Who has no wins, but is like way, way better this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's a bit. I mean, it's just the randomness of FE.
That's Formula E, baby.
So that's completely changed the Drivers' Championship. Except Tictum is still behind Marty. I hope. But at the front, at the top, it means Dennis has got into the leads because he's had a really good weekend.
Crazy.
A second and a third.
Good on you, Nick, Dennis.
So he's got 146 points. Evans, 144 points, and Verline, 141 points.
I need Mitch Evans to win.
Oh, you want Mitch Evans to win?
I need Mitch Evans to win. I need him to win.
Okay. I mean, there's outside chance Roland, 132 points.
I don't want him to get the double. That's not happening.
Okay.
If Dan can't win, I need Mitch Evans to win.
Okay. Because you dislike the others more? Or
yes.
Why? Okay.
Well, because they've already done it. They've already had championships.
Yeah, that's true.
Mitch hasn't. Mitch has been second like loads of times.
Yeah.
It's time for Mitch to win.
Okay.
That's what I want to happen.
We'll see. Well, I'll see because I'm going to race 2, which should be the decider. So that'll be good.
Thanks.
Right, and then we are going to end on Indycar because we didn't cover it last week.
Indycar.
Although it turned out we did cover it because you said, because we were discussing the quali a bit, you said, "Oh well, Pelot's probably going to win it now," and what happened? Fucking Pelot wins. Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
No, he
Sorry,
did
I
win
manifested
it in
that.
incredibly jammy circumstances.
In full Pelot fashion, benefited from yellow flags, as per usual.
It's unbelievable. So we won't go through the whole race, I think, but main things to mention, Malukas, he had an extra day of rest to get over his injury.
Yes.
But of course he is going to be at the back of the race.
Mm-hmm.
But incredibly, he benefits from the first full course yellow after Colette crashes, and basically he goes so long, but he is really fast. Like he is. When the race restarts, he is faster on his old tires than all the other people who pit, who are on new tires. So he's clearly got a lot of pace, and basically he's on this sort of weird alternative strategy. He's going to try to do a 3-stop instead of a 4-stop, but it does mean that he opens himself up to a lot of risk, which is because it's so short an oval. If you pit, you go 1 lap down. Yeah. So if a caution comes out, you're screwed. And well, that's what happened. So even though he's got himself back in contention, possibly could win it. I mean, if it was green all the way to the end, he gets done because Rossi gets hit by Dixon in the back, which brings out a full course yellow just after Malukas had pit, like 4 laps after he pit. Palou goes into the pit just before. I think it's like milliseconds.
I hate him.
He gets into the pit just before the full course yellow is called.
Fucking hate him.
So unbelievably jammy. Like on the radio, Newgarden is like, how the hell has he done that?
Yeah.
How has this happened? And so it means, so Malukas is out of it then. Well, we think, but we'll see what, I mean, who knows? But it means Palou has leapfrogged into the lead here. Really, really jammy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I might mention Lundgaard. He's got fired for being shit on ovals, and he proves it by being shit on ovals. But he ran out of fuel during one of these full course yellows and had to do an emergency pit stop, which means you got to pit again and you could drop to the back of the field. So really bad for him.
Aww.
But then, the next big incident is another full course yellow, another caution, because Hauger crashes.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of people had already pit, so VK, Ferrucci, Scotty Mack, Kirkwood, who were all up there. They got a lap down, so they're completely screwed by this. And it means the people who stayed out, which of course is below, no surprise there.
Yeah.
But also Newgarden, Felix Rosenquist, Malukas is now P4 on the restart. So he's gone out of it completely, and now he's back in it. But also Ericsson, Schumacher, of all people, is up there.
Yeah, he's up there.
Kiffin Simpson, Award, they all stayed out and got this cheap pit stop. So basically, we restart with like 29 laps to go or so. Malukas is flying. He's up to P3.
Yeah.
Meaning Palou is being chased down by Newgarden and Malukas, who are like the Walking Dead, basically. So it's like a zombie movie. Palou holds on. I mean, just incredibly jammy. I mean, cannot believe ovals are so complicated, right?
Yeah.
But he gets it just right. He pits just before the full course yellow, which works out really nice for him, and he pits in the middle of a full course yellow, which works out for him just every time. It all works out for him.
I
hate so jammy. Yeah. I mean, it's not just it's Barry Wanzer, right? Is the strategy guy who calls these things.
His brain needs studying.
Yeah, the other week we were talking about people with like Harry Potter or Game of Thrones names.
Yeah.
So I think we had Martinius, Stensoner, or Gregory Saucy, Griffin Peebles. These are good Game of Thrones names. I think Barry Wanzer fits in there. I like.
Yeah.
It fits.
Mm.
What I hear when I think of Barry Wanzer, I think of Elton John's song "Tiny Dancer."
Hold me closer, Barry Wanzer.
Yeah. Count the headlights on the highway. I mean, that's pretty much his job, isn't it?
Yeah. I always sing Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza. So.
Well, it works better, but yeah.
It does work better.
I'm going to be singing that from now on. Yeah, who else? So Palou wins, Newgarden second, Malukas third, Scotty Mack gets to P4. So
very good for
we saw that a lot, except not the win. So yeah. It's not the first time I think we've seen them go P2, P3, P4. So. And then Felix Rosenquist, Ericsson, Award, Schumacher.
Yeah.
Who would have thought his first top 10 would come in an oval?
Because he hasn't. It's the non-fear. Telling you, he hasn't learned the fear yet.
Well, Colette doesn't have the fear, and he's crashed at all the ovals, hasn't he? So.
Well, yeah, but he should have the fear because he's crashed.
Yeah.
He needs to learn the fear.
And then Simpson and Kirkwood round out the top 10. It doesn't mean Malukas retakes P2, but that only helps Palou because Palou's extending the lead even further. Yeah. He's 83 points ahead of Malukas now.
Who can we get to assassinate him?
Fucking hell.
Not in like an actual assassin. I mean, like, who can crash into him on purpose? Santino Ferrucci. He's got form for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they were talking at one point that I think in last year's race, Malukas was doing really well, and then Foster crashed into him, and they had to he had to overtake Foster at one point. So maybe Foster could become. Maybe he's going to get fired. So
Stingray Rob.
He goes rogue. Well, Stingray, he does seem to hurt himself more than others, doesn't he? So.
Yeah, he needs to. That's because he's a Christian. He needs to start, doing harm unto others that he will do to himself.
Anyway, Palou. Palou,
Just say no to Palou.
Right, that is it for a big episode.
Yes.
So let's cover things, our usual features. So, was it a waste of time this weekend?
No, even though F1 was boring, no, it was not a waste of time because Dan won.
I thought you were going to complain that it was on so early, the Formula E. That
wasn't though. Yeah. It was on at 11 o'clock.
It was
12 o'clock.
like lunchtime. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It wasn't on
because
early
it was a night race. Yeah. Do we have an actual driver of the day?
Dan.
And can't be Dan.
What do you mean he can't be Dan? He won. He won driver of the day.
Did he? Wow.
Yeah.
I thought everyone hates him. Isn't that what he says?
No. Everyone doesn't hate him. There's at least 200 Dan Tickton fans. I've thought about them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess I will. I mean, yeah, I think maybe I'll give it to Dennis for making his move, getting into
for not winning
race. Well, getting 2 podiums. He's won other races this year, so it's not like Montara.
Yeah, but Dan's first win this season.
Yeah, but okay, yeah. He's let's go back and talk about Dan some more. I saw an interview with him because they were asking, even in his interview after the race, he was like, "I'm a free agent. If anyone wants to hire me."
Well, did you see the interview where he said if he doesn't have a job next year, he'll be very surprised?
Yeah. So I was going to mention. I did see that, and he was. Yeah. He seemed pretty confident he would get something somewhere.
He seemed a little smug.
Yeah.
That tells me he might have something in the pipeline.
Well, he was really smug because he said something like, "Well, if I don't get somewhere, I'll be fine. I've got loads of talent," or something.
I've got loads of I'm really good at loads of things, or whatever he said.
Yeah. So smug is the word I would use there. But that's interesting. That it would be crazy if he's not on the grid. I mean,
because the fact is that he is probably one of the best drivers there, if not the best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, but it's not just racing, right? I mean, it's brand ambassadorship, and who wants him as an ambassador?
He did very well at Goodwood. Thank you very much as a brand ambassador.
Yeah, he managed to keep his mouth shut. But, even in race 2, he was angry on the radio.
Yeah, well, he can't help but be angry.
Yeah, I mean,
he has emotional regulation problems.
I mean, if I'm Porsche and I've got 4 seats next year,
I'd be looking at him.
I'd look at him and then think that would be a crazy decision.
They can afford PR training.
Yeah, but Dan's whole thing is that won't work on him. Anyway, we'll see. Right. Do we have an attack mode?
I can't think of anything in specific that's really annoyed me, apart from people being like, "Oh, this fucking guy that Dan won," and shit TV direction again. The fact that the timing tower had gap to leader near the end of the race when everyone from P8 downward had been lapped, so it just said +1 lap, and it didn't make any.
Yeah, that was totally useless, but
completely useless.
I wondered if maybe there was problems with the because they mentioned during the race the driver tracker they use wasn't working, and all this problem with the red flag, the blue flags. That
I think the problem is though, just don't change it to gap to leader. The only time gap to leader is useful.
But I'm saying they didn't have. That's all they had.
The intervals. They just had.
that, like, 'cause that's the only thing I can think of, because, as you said, what a stupid thing to show.
Multi-million pound sport. Billions even. Yeah.
But it's cutting edge stuff.
Yeah. Sure.
Great. So that's it. Next week, who knows what we'll do?
Free weekend. Wow.
Free weekend. There's GB3 at Silverstone. I was thinking of going along to that. So might do that. Or we might cover another season of Drive to Survive. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yes.
But anyway, thank you for listening. Our email address is theoutsidelinepod@gmail.com if you have any questions or comments.
We are also on Blue Sky at The Outside Line Pod.
Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.